Are you ready for the full tour of Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas? Stay to the end to find out what that young chick in the bikini looks like on the flow rider. Let's go travel Tuna!
Hey there, Anna here with the full tour of Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas and a few inputs along the way. We love sailing on Odyssey of the Seas. We have done over 30 cruises on many different cruise lines, and this was actually our first transatlantic cruise.
Embarkation was a breeze, and we were able to walk right on the ship.
Odyssey of the Seas is the second Quantum Ultra Class cruise ship and the last of its class operated by Royal Caribbean. It debuted in July 2021 and sails from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We have a home there, so it makes it very easy to get to the port. I'll tell you more about our story along the way.
During the sail away, I'll give you a few more fun facts.
The Odyssey of the Seas measures 1,138 feet or 37 meters and has a gross tonnage of 167,704 with 16 decks. It can accommodate up to 5,510 passengers and 1,663 crew members. The ship has 16 decks, including 14 for guest use and 2,105 staterooms. There are 132 ocean view rooms, 1,482 balconies. Rick and I actually had an extra large balcony, 125 suites, 366 inside cabins, and those do include this interesting take, which is a virtual balcony inside room.
My in-laws stayed one, and we will tell you more about that later. On to deck 3, where the main dining room is. They had some amazing food choices, even vegetarian. Rick and I try to eat vegan at home and vegetarian other times, but I do splurge. They did have this fried tofu meal with peanut sauce that was amazing. They also have brunch. Brunch is awesome, and I took the time to sit there and do a little work while having brunch. I splurged with steak and frites. Now, after the main dining room, we are going to head to the casino, one of my favorite spots on the ship. For the full casino tour, I do have another video that we will link below in the description. But they do have all kinds of slot machines, of course, all kinds of fun ways, but do keep in mind that you have to gamble responsibly. I normally have a budget that I use, and thankfully, I always go home with money. And free cruises. So I have other videos about free cruises too. I'm actually getting ready to go a 45 days solo on all different free cruises back to back. And so with different lines, it's going to be amazing. And I'll also link the video down in the description to that too. But now to table games. These are my favorite things to do. But I found with the free cruises and what you have to do with the cruise lines, you need to play some slots also. So I've adapted. So normally I'll play craps, I like blackjack. My favorite is Ultimate Texas Hold'em. So I will start with that, or craps if I'm looking for some high energy, and then I will end up going to slots. Now I did win on the slot machines, so that was great. And that also gives me a lot more points. I found that I actually enjoy playing slot machines, and I really like when you're at the slot machine where you can see the actual points increase. So then you know how much more you need to play to get to that next free cruise. Thankfully, like I said, I normally go home with money, so I must be doing something a little bit right. Now we find ourselves on deck 4. What's really cool is the art around all of the stairwells in the ship and everywhere else. You'll have the main dining room on deck 4, the music hall, but especially the theater. One of the main things we love about Royal Caribbean is the entertainment. This 2-deck theater is at the front of the ship on decks 4 and 5. It's the main venue for the production shows. The theater does a great job of integrating technology well with the live performances. I loved that the seats had cup holders. That was very important. Also, you do need to be careful not to sit behind a pole. I'll also show you what it looks like from deck 5 in the balcony seats. One of the things that we were concerned about is that the entertainment would be lacking on the 14-day transatlantic cruise. It was not. It was awesome. They had effectors show that used all kinds of lights, effects, dancing, and aerials. After that, Kevin Johnson was an all-around high-energy entertainer. He was amazing. Gary Levine did an excellent job on the violin. I'll show you even more when we get to Deck 5. Outside the theater, we have the Crown Lounge, then on to the Music Hall. The Music Hall is actually on both Decks 3 and 4. It's a venue for live music, late-night entertainment, and other things like trivia and such. I think that's what people are gathering here for now. You can actually even play pool in the Music Hall too. So it's a top spot for music lovers with live bands performing a variety of genres nightly, including cover, acoustic, Latin, and jazz. You can sit up here where people are gathered and have an intimate corner with a cocktail, or they actually even have a dance floor down below, which I'll show you in a second. It does have other entertainment during the daytime and in the evening, like karaoke. They'll do game shows in here and trivia contests throughout the day. Here's the dance floor. You can check that out. Most of the time, the live bands are on the stage there. And so then you have the dance floor. Like I said, I think they're getting ready for a talk or trivia. Now we head out to the promenade. The cruise ship does have some famous brands, and I think they also come with some pretty high prices. I'm not much of a shopper, so let me know if the prices are better on the cruise ship for the same items. Up above, you can see the picture place. I love that the pictures have become digital. It makes it so easy to find your photos without looking through everyone else's. Here is the photo studio, where you can get more staged photos. Another entrance to the music hall. And since we are now on the other side of the ship, here's another entrance to the theater. Solera Beauty is where you can go for makeup. I'm not really into makeup. I'm pretty low maintenance. I only wear mascara and eyeliner on a regular basis. I do dress up in the evening on the cruise ship though. A few years ago, my hair was really starting to get thin and I looked into wigs because I thought I was going to lose my hair early. Thankfully, I didn't. I did end up cutting my hair short though to wear under the wig, and it did wonders for my hair. I also kept the wig. The evenings on the cruise ship are my dress-up time. I become a different person with the wig I wear. So I always wear dresses because it's the only time I dress up. Let me know if you like to dress up on the cruise ship, or do you like to be casual? Here is the Crown and Compass Pub. There are 15 restaurants and bars and lounges on the ship. If you're into watches, you can find them here. Rick and I are frugal, so we aren't into watches or jewelry. I have a cheap fitness tracker so I can count my steps and tell the time. I didn't even know when I bought it that it looks like an Apple Watch. I just liked it was big so I could see it. The promenades here on Royal Caribbean are beautiful. I love the two-story ceilings and the open feel. They do have some beautiful jewelry, and I have very occasionally splurged and bought myself a pair of earrings. What do you splurge on? They offer many different things for you to buy, like sunglasses, purses, shirts, and more. Starbucks is actually just around the corner here. Rick and I stick to the free coffee, but I do love the morning coffee delivery, and I end up spending a couple of bucks on the tip. You can also include a continental breakfast for free if you like. Right next door, the port merchant sells liquor and tobacco products. Guests can save money on taxes and duties when purchasing alcohol and tobacco on the ship. However, liquor bottles purchased from the onboard shops cannot be brought into the staterooms. Boleros. Boleros is a Latin-themed club. It's a place to enjoy a drink after dinner or join in on the salsa dancing. The club features a 4-piece band playing salsa, cumbia, merengue, samba, and other music, while guests sip on Cuban mojitos, Brazilian caipirinhas, and classic cocktails. Are you into art? They have beautiful art for sale at the art auctions. Let me know what they're like. I have never been to one. I really loved all of the art around the ship. They had all kinds, and some were very interactive, including this one that changed scenes. We are making our way back. On the way there are these beautiful glass elevators. I was amazed one night when I looked up one time and I saw the traveling piano player in the elevator. He was such fun. I did hear there are complaints about the elevators where you hover your finger over the button and the button lights up. Some have hovered before the buttons and gone to each floor. I don't know firsthand because we mainly take the stairs. We do it for exercise so we can eat whatever we want. With that being said, it is very appropriate that we are on the second floor of the main dining room. You're greeted here with more moving art that is just beautiful. I love glass, and the chandelier in the dining room is so colorful. The ambiance was excellent in the dining room with all the windows and ocean views. Our waiters and Neha and Arif were wonderful. They were such fun. They danced, made us napkin sculptures, and had a great time. Here's another example of the menu. We splurged on lobster, prime rib, and Royal Caribbean's version of molten lava cake. The red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting was divine. We had an early dining time of 5 p.m. We do like to eat early so that we can see the early show, but 5 p.m. was a little early for us. We found if we showed up at 5:30, we could request a table by the window and get it. I like this ship model outside the main dining room so you can easily know where you are and where to go. There was a problem with some of the bathroom signs on the ship being very confusing and pointing in directions that it was just kind of crazy. So be careful. Now we're headed down the other side of the Royal Esplanade. Here's more interesting interactive art. Don't get dizzy. Followed by guest services. They really helped us on the first day to get Turk's elderly parents closer to us when we won a royal upgrade. We did another video about that. It's in the description below if you would like to see it. Next to guest services is an ATM where we were able to get euros without the fees that they charged us in Italy. Definitely check with the ship if you're going to a foreign country and see if they have your currency. It was well worth it. The shop is where you can find Crown and Acre merchandise. Maybe you would like to take home a souvenir. Since Rick and I travel a lot and rent out our home when we're gone, we don't really buy knickknacks or souvenirs. Cafe Promenade is an included food venue with beverages like coffee and tea. It also has sandwiches, snacks, and sweets. I suggest you bring a reusable water bottle that you can fill. They would like you to use a cup to put the water into the bottle for sanitary purposes. Next to the cafe is Sorrento's. This is one of my favorite spots on the ship. If I spend my allowance at the casino early, I don't fret because I just come and get pizza. I do wish they had a white pizza on the menu like Carnival's Quattro Formaggio though. That is yummy. What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. On to Deck 5. Check out some more crazy art. Deck 5 has the second tier of the theater, 270, and a great place to walk outside and look at the water. There's the bridge. The sad part is you aren't able to walk all the way around this deck. When I was in the Navy on the carrier, we used to go outside at lunch and see what animals we could see from the ship. Let me know in the comments what animals you've seen while cruising. Let's go in the theater and check out the view from the balcony. We prefer to be down below in this theater. Some people like balconies. Do you like the first floor or balcony seats? Let me know in the comments where your favorite place to sit is. We were further impressed with entertainment on the ship. Hector Ruiz was a magician. There was a comedy ventriloquist, a juggler that was very impressive. They even had a crew talent show where the grand finale was the captain singing with the first officer. They were outstanding. The crowd loved it and definitely showed their approval. Towards the end, there was an exquisite show called Showgirls. This showed the evolution of dancers through the ages, including can-can girls, singing birds, and all the way to the future. Leaving the theater, we head into the Schooner Bar. The Schooner Bar is a cruise piano bar on the Royal Caribbean ships that serves well-mixed cocktails. You will also find Chop's Grill here. Chop's Grill is a steakhouse on Royal Caribbean ships that serves hand-cut meat, global wine, and white tablecloth service. Here is the photo shop again, and an overlook to the shops down below. The Schooner Bar has plenty of places to sit and chill. They also hosted games like charades, build a boat competition, and the famous scavenger hunt. Rick and I love that game. You are given a list of items and then run all over the ship, taking pictures of the items and racing the clock to beat the other teams. It's a great way to learn the ship and get some exercise. That's what we like. Look down below there. I really like these 2-floor shopping areas and promenade. Here we have Izumi. Izumi is a Japanese restaurant that serves traditional Asian cuisine. The restaurant offers a variety of menu items including sushi, sashimi, ishiyaki plates, appetizers, soups, and hibachi. Some say Izumi offers one of the best Japanese dining experiences on a cruise. It's very fun and vegetarian and vegan friendly. Rick and I have eaten vegan there. Now on to the Bionic Bar. This is a mixology bar with 2 robotic bartenders that can make a variety of cocktails. The bartenders can shake, stir, mix, and create custom drinks from a menu of classics, signature drinks, and 50 different ingredients. Guests can also design their own cocktails or mocktails. The robots can make up to 2 drinks per minute and up to 1,000 drinks a day. You put your order in on a computer and watch the screen for your drink to be made. It's very interesting. The people at the shore excursions desk can be very helpful if you didn't book before your cruise. I book our experiences before we come on the cruise so we get the best value. I just love how artistic this ship is. Did you see that chandelier? On to Wonderland. We have eaten here on another cruise, and it was an experience that you really need to do. Wonderland is a specialty restaurant that offers a multi-sensory dining experience. The restaurant is inspired by Alice in Wonderland and features a whimsical setting with mismatched furniture, kaleidoscope visuals, trippy neon lights, and other decor. We are frugal. What that means to me is that we're not budget and we like to save money, so we will splurge and eat at one specialty dining place during each cruise. There are the bartenders. About shore excursions, I normally look in a few different places for options and value. I look at the ship's excursions, which are normally the most expensive, except in South Asia, where I found them to be very reasonable. I will also look for free walking tours with a tourist free and you tip the guide. If I booked with a travel agent like Vacations to Go, I check them out and they usually have tours at half the price of the cruise lines. Another place is Viator. If you go there, make sure you pick shore excursions so there is a guarantee that will bring you back to the ship on time. What an amazing elevator area. Check out those glass elevators. It's just gorgeous. Look at the flow. So we are frugal, not budget, like I said. So we're going to look for the best value for our money. We're still going to take advantage of the excursions and beautiful things to see and places to eat in the areas that we go, and we're going to look for the best value for those things. I know I've said how much I love the art on this ship. I really do. It is so colorful and imaginative, and there's just so many different things, on the walls, the ceilings. I just love all the colors. It's amazing. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar is an Italian restaurant and bar. The menu features classic Italian dishes like hand-tossed pizzas, pastas, charcuterie boards, and veal meatballs in sauce. Here is that colorful glass chandelier up close. Isn't it gorgeous? Well, if you didn't get enough shopping on deck 4, you can shop some more up here, especially if you need another watch. The bar at Giovanni's offers up to 50 wines by the glass and classic cocktails with a twist. Giovanni's is designed for guests of all ages and serves Sunday supper every day. Here the art for the auction is on display. I think it's better displayed here in the natural light so you can see what it's actually going to look like in your home. Most of the time, they have the art displayed in hallways and it's lighted, but you can't really see what it's going to look like in different light. So the guests here are putting together a giant jigsaw puzzle. The activity crew always had a puzzle there, and anyone can come along and work on it. It's a pretty cool idea. The Cafe at 270 is a complimentary gourmet marketplace and restaurant that serves a variety of meals all day. For breakfast, they have breakfast burritos, chili con carne, and mozzarella cheese. At lunch, they have salads, like the ones here. They had some ready to go, but I was also able to request a salad without meat to make it vegetarian. They have soups. And here they had some yummy hot pressed sandwiches. They also had vegetarian ones there too. The soup of the day. They even had sweet treats and fruit. Also complimentary coffee, tea, and juices. $270 is a multi-purpose lounge and entertainment space with 270-degree ocean views. That's where it gets its name. The space is located at the back of the ship and has a 2-story high windows that transform into screens at night. During the day, 270 is an open living room with panoramic views. Up here, you actually have the library and some conference rooms. We were able to work there, and it was a very comfortable and quiet place. At night, the space comes alive with entertainment. The windows turn into screens, and they will display things like the Virtual American Philharmonic that was very interesting. Their big production was the book. Reservations were required in advance, and this was a story about 7 chapters between a book. It featured a live stage for 18 performers, a 115-foot by 23-foot high video screen, and 6 robo screens. The use of technology was just remarkable. The stages were going up and down and moving all around, and the backdrop was changing and the robo screens were moving with the production. It was a very engaging show. Outside 270, you will find the Cruise Next Desk. They offer deals to save you money on your next cruise. Let's go out to this place out here. This is a great place to walk, and also where you'll find all of the lifeboats. Not only for emergencies, they use these lifeboats for tender operations too. I prefer to be docked at the pier because these can get a little tight. They do hold 370 people for emergencies, is what they say. Now, when they're tendering, of course, they don't put that many people in there. But after a long day in the Caribbean, where it's all hot and sticky, it gets a little ripe. As you're walking along here, you're going to find that here is where there are some smoking areas. There's a couple smoking areas here. Remember, you can only smoke in designated areas. You cannot smoke on your balcony. This is, respectful of other guests around you too, because it does tend to smell, and you can smell others if they are smoking on their balcony. So please don't do that. There's other places to sit too, or just enjoy the water. A lot of times on this deck level, it'll be covered, and you can walk without being in the sun or without being in the rain and things like that. So there is always work to be done on the ship. The crew works 7 days a week, 12 hours a day or more. I did the same thing in the Navy for 11 years. And on these ships, rust stops for no one. A ship is exposed to salt all the time, and if it isn't kept up, it will get out of control. So please be patient with the workers. They are working hard at all times so that you have a beautiful place to vacation and call home for a short time. As you can see here, This does not go all the way around. So if you want to keep walking in a circle, you're going to have to cut through to go to the other side. Or you can come back the way you came. Decks 6 through 13 were staterooms. Rick's parents were in 9279. If you'd like to check out the full room tour and find out what's behind that curtain, go to the link in the description. We were in 11652. This was an extra large balcony cabin. The link to that tour is also in the description. As you can see here, we used our extra large balcony as a laundry. There is not personal laundry on the ship, and we were at sea for 14 days, so we had to be creative. Another thing I used the balcony for was to work.
I am catching up on some work here in Cartagena. Just love my office.
Teppanyaki on Deck 14 is a specialty dining restaurant that serves authentic Far East flavors cooked at your table by expert chefs. I made a mistake earlier and said this was in Azumi. The Windjammer. This is the cruise line's signature buffet space. Oh, washy washy. You do need to wash your hands before entering. Guests can pick here from salads, made to order pastas. They have wonderful breads, carving stations. Here they have deli sandwich fixings. Also complimentary beverages. They have coffee, tea, and juices. They also have soups. And all your favorites like mac and cheese. There's plenty of seating. As you can see, today this is a port day, so there aren't as many people here, and some of the stations are closed. There's made-to-order pasta. Hot dogs and burgers are right there with all the fixins. They do change this daily, of course. And they do have a special vegetarian section that we love. So they have quite a lot of seating, like I was saying. And a lot of different places that they can have food, like this area here, they would actually put desserts there if there was, if they were full. We actually like to sit in this spot. We picked a certain spot that we'd always know to go to if we were going to have lunch or breakfast and be able to see our family. So, quite a lot of seating. And mini beverage stations, too. Like I said, you should get that reusable water bottle. Back here is another buffet area, too. More seating. And see, right here, another station. So they had quite a few stations. This is a very, very large ship, of course, but they do have a very good way of spreading people out. And you have a whole other side with more beverage stations, smiling faces from the crew, fun art. This is another place like the other side that was closed down for extra desserts and other stations. Again, a good way to disperse people if they have to serve everyone all at once, like on the first day. That is one of the drink stations that you can pay for, like different sodas. There's your wonderful salad bar. Oh, we're getting into one of my favorite spots. So this is actually a coffee spot in the buffet, but one of my favorite places. There's hard ice cream there, and you could get warm cooked cookies there. Warm, freshly baked cookies. I love that. I really did. All right. We are heading out of Windjammer, and we are going into right here. This is actually the Coastal Kitchen. So that is exclusively for suite guests and Pinnacle members. We just started sailing with Royal Caribbean, so we aren't there yet. We will be. Okay, so we are headed out to the pool area and to one of my favorite spots. I love nachos, so I love El Loco Fresh. It serves authentic Mexican food in an open-air setting on the pool deck. The menu includes tacos, burritos, nachos, and quesadillas. Plus, it also has a salsa and hot sauce bar. That is the North Star. That was our one-page ship experience that we did on this cruise. It was worth it too. The pricing was funny though, and I'll have to tell you a little bit more about that later. There is the kiddie area. And this area was also the area for the big shave. That was where the cruise director, Jamie, had all his hair shaved off because the ship reached the Make-A-Wish donation goal. It was crazy. I have the full video in the description below. So there are 4 swimming pools and 10 large whirlpool hot tubs. I like the loungers in this pool. We actually have those at our short-term rental in Fort Lauderdale. There is the outdoor bar, the lime and the coconut. And around the corner here, you have Sprinkles. This is the place to go for soft serve ice cream and a smile. So this area here actually had my favorite hot tub. I liked that area because I would chill and watch the funny animal videos on the big screen. As you can see, we're in port today, and it's beautiful. We are headed to the solarium. The solarium is one of my favorite spots. It's an adults-only area with whirlpools and lounging. It's just normally a lot quieter in here and low-key. You can definitely hang out around the pool for some large band music and such, but in here they usually have like quieter music piped in, and it's just a place to chill and relax. This is covered, and so if it's raining outside in those pools, you can come in here and it would be covered, and there are pools and whirlpools here. I just love all the windows. And it's also a really neat way that they did this. The pools and whirlpools are tiered. So as you can see, it's kind of like they're coming down this shelf here. See the pier down there? Another whirlpool. It's almost like a wedding cake. This chick just loved to hang out here. I thought this was a pretty cool sculpture here. Very lifelike. So around the corner here is actually the Solarium Bistro. Now this is a casual restaurant that serves Mediterranean food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't know when we went for dinner one time that it was buffet style, so that's something to think about. The food was very good though, and it was hot, And it was a nice selection. You can get vegetarian items there also. This is actually a PADI dive regulation training place. I was shocked to see that on the ship. That's the back side of the North Star. And that right there is the suite deck. So that's actually the suite's sun deck. Lots of seating. This is actually a smoking area here. So we are going to end deck 14 with another shot of another one of my little favorite art pieces here. This lady looks lifelike also. I just think she's having a fun time. Deck 15 has one of my favorite activities on the ship, the running track. Now, I don't run anymore. I gave that up after the Navy. I walk. I love to walk and listen to podcasts like this or an audiobook. It brings me such joy to walk and look at the ocean. I love it. So approximately 3 laps equals a mile here. Let me know what some of your favorite things to do on the ship are. Maybe it's walking or going to the gym, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just eating at the buffet, or maybe it's the entertainment or the casino. I would love to know. You do have to be careful on this running track because it's in the middle of things. Chairs, outdoor games, children playing, and more. People are on vacation, so they aren't always paying attention. So you have to pay attention so you don't run into anyone or they don't run into you. So here's shuffleboard, and we just passed life-size chess. Now that sky pad there was a trampoline attraction that allowed guests to bounce around inside a large orange sphere with virtual reality glasses on. And I guess on March 31st, 2023, that was the last day that the sky pad was in operation because it was closed after a personal injury lawsuit due to weather. Now they have cornhole boards and stretch classes there. Here is the Flow Rider. That is a 40-foot or 12-meter long surf simulator featuring 100,000 liters of rushing water to create a surf wave which moves 20 miles per hour. Make sure you stay to the end to check out the chick in the bikini doing it. It's not me. Now, I did get on the ripcord by iFly though. We do have a full video of that too in the description below. It was actually free. It was a great experience. It is the only skydiving simulator at sea. The simulator allows guests to experience the feeling of free fall without leaving the ship. It was a blast. Now here's the rock wall. You can see the kids are just having a wonderful time. Now beyond that, it seems that every Royal Caribbean ship has a mascot or a theme. This one has Rosie. She is a huge pink flowery cat. The Wonder of the Seas had astronauts, and I can't remember if it was the Harmony or Wonder that had a huge topiary animals in the solarium. There was a giant gorilla. Let me know if you remember. There was life-size pool right there. And coming up, we have the game that we probably used to play as kids, Twister. These clamshell beds were really nice because I liked the fabric. It seemed like it was washable, and I think that's kind of important when you're talking about all these people and what we've been through in the last few years. Now there's the North Star again. Now I told you that the North Star pricing was funny. So normally you get a discount when booking before you get on the cruise for activities, and Rick and I paid $29 each before the cruise. Rick's parents decided that they wanted to go too, so we had to cancel our time because they couldn't go at the same time. So we rebooked it, and when we rebooked it, it was only $19 per person. So has anyone ever else experienced that? Please let me know in the comments. I just thought that was a little fishy. So you could actually see the Azores there or the Azores, as the Portuguese call it, Azores, in the distance there. It's a beautiful place. I'll get that video out too and include the link in the future. Here is a clip from the Make-A-Wish walk. As you can see, the cruise director, Janis, still has his hair here. It will be gone shortly. I was happy to walk and donate to Make-A-Wish. It's an incredible organization granting the wishes of children with critical illnesses. Now, right here, you can see that there's actually a hill that you have to climb when making the rounds. Hey there! People are starting to gather here to check out Azores, Portugal. It's actually, since we're doing the transatlantic, this is the first land that we've seen in a week. And I will say, I prefer the transatlantic cruising. This was our first one, and I prefer that to flying to Europe. So flying is so expensive now, and with the cruising, I have a nice bed, a full bathroom, entertainment, they feed me, and also no jet lag. When you're doing the transatlantic, you're actually changing time zones, maybe about an hour a day. Sometimes you don't change, but most times you do change an hour each day so that you can catch up on the time zone that you're going to be in. So it's a lot more comfortable than doing it all at one time. So we do have a video saying what the pros and cons of our transatlantic cruise are, and I'll get that linked here too. We got to get caught up. We really appreciate you watching our videos and spending the time. We just hope that we can share our experiences with you, and so that we can, help you guys out in the future too. All right, we've finished our lap. The SeaPlex entrance is on deck 15. This is a virtual adventure zone. It has 2 stories. It's a multi-purpose indoor space that offers a variety of activities for all ages. As you can see, they're playing basketball, which is kind of cool, is they've got it's sectioned off so more people can play. So it does have a full-size basketball court, pickleball, table tennis, and free throw contests. They even do indoor volleyball. I saw that on the schedule. In the evening, they may have glow-in-the-dark laser tag, and of course, what is definitely known for is the bumper cars. They actually have full-size bumper cars, and they'll play theme music too. I didn't ride on the bumper cars. I actually got in a car accident in my mid-20s, and so I have some neck issues. And I used to do bumper cars, roller coasters, all of that. And a couple years ago, I had to slow down a bit on those type of things. My head is, I want to keep it on my swivel. So as you can see, here's some ping pong. They did have some family ping pong competitions. And they had family foosball competitions too. Here is a random soda machine, so you can get some of your soda if you like. And this is also an arcade. It's a 2-story arcade. So you can see some of the games up there. Big TVs. Those are in Playmakers. We'll go up there in just a second to Playmakers. Here's the inside of Rosie. You've got Connect 4 over here. You actually do have some like prizes, so you can take tickets and get prizes over there. So that's kind of fun, like a regular arcade where you can get prizes. So you got skee ball, foosball, Nice little places to sit and chill. Arcade games. They have more arcade games upstairs too. Here is the menu for playmakers. So they have some yummy things. It is not an included venue, so you do have to pay for the food here, but they do have some yummy items. Washy washy. So Playmakers Sports Bar and Arcade is a casual restaurant, and it is located on the second level, as you saw, of the SeaPlex. It has 56 high-definition TVs, including that large screen that you saw that was on the SeaPlex Sports Court. It does offer a variety of viewing options, so you can see your favorite sports while having a drink and munchies like wings. Now, like I said, this isn't included, so there is a cost. So the other thing I want to know, though, is even though I do eat mostly vegetarian now, I used to love chicken wings. I like them really crispy. So if you've had the wings at Playmakers, let me know what you thought. Let me know how they were, and maybe next time I'll splurge. I do still eat meat when I splurge. We just do it for health purposes. I just found as I was getting older, it was just harder and harder to keep weight off no matter what I did. And Rick became vegan vegetarian when visiting a doctor one day, and he got that in his head. And you know, I'm like, okay, this is an adventure in food, so that's what we've been doing. And since we've been doing about 1.5 years now, and since we have become we eat mostly vegan at home, it's so easy to keep weight off. It's awesome, and I feel a lot better. All these other games here, there's some bowling and air hockey. Let me know what you guys like to play here. All right, so on deck 16, we actually have, well, there's a queen on a motorcycle. We have the Vitality Fitness Center. Now, this is one of Rick's favorite spots. He spends about an hour on the bike each day, and also has a weight and stretching workout that he does. So he really likes to come on the cruise ship, and this is where, you know, he gets his joy. Now, I used to also be a real gym rat. There was a time after high school that I ballooned up quite a bit. I gained a lot of weight. And so a couple of years into that, I said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not doing that. So I stopped with the diets, and I let myself eat whatever I wanted, just in moderation. And that kind of stopped the cravings and binges. And I also started drinking a lot of water. So I even started working out more. There's the bike Rick lights. And, you know, when I started working out more, I got my certification, and I started teaching step aerobics. So I taught step aerobics for quite a few years. And then after that, I got out of the military. I did that while I was in the military, and I got out of the military, and I started going to the gym. So my things were, I like the treadmill. I used to run. I don't not anymore. I do walk. And then I also did the row machines like these here. Those are a good all-over body workout. And the ellipticals. The elliptical machines. After I actually had right knee surgery, ACL reconstruction after a ski accident, and they had me do the ellipticals when those were first coming out. So that's what I do. So a few years ago, I actually bought a treadmill desk, and I love it. So I walk about 5 to 7 miles a day now while I work, and then I don't have to worry about going to the gym. So I did still go for yoga and other classes, and then COVID happened, and now I do yoga on YouTube. Let's go check out the observation area for the Flow Rider. What you've all been waiting for. All right, this chick, she was doing a great job. This was probably me about 20 years ago. I can see me doing it then. I will not do it now. Like I said, I want to protect my head and neck. Let me know if you do the full rider and how you do it. So this is supposed to be like snowboarding. Uh-oh! Skateboarding or surfing. She's good. All good. And here's that sky pad again. Walking out here, you just have a really gorgeous view off the ship. And you have a little bit of a surprise. You can look down too. I love the wake. There it is, folks. Odyssey of the Seas. I have really enjoyed sharing this journey with you. So for more videos on specific parts of the ship, check out the description and check out this video to see if you'd like the Ripcord by iFly. Travel Tuna!